All right, this is how to quickly freeze some apples. Every year I get about 50 to 100 pounds of apples. I pick them and I'm thinking, well, what do I do with them? And in past years, sometimes I make them in some of them into juice or make apple sauce and can the sauce and so forth, or what have you, freeze them. And it's just a lot of work, especially if you have too many apples. And yet you don't want to waste them. So I found that the best way to process them is to just freeze them, and you can use them at a later date. And this is a real quick and easy way to do it. So I take a dish pan, fill it up with apples, and then I wash them real good with a clear, non-scented soap. And then I rinse them really well. And you can use vinegar, or some people use vinegar, I guess, and or even lemon juice. But I find that the only way to get them really squeaky clean is just really give them a good wash with soap and agitate them really well. And as I said, really rinse them really, really good. Then you just take them out, and you can use an apple core. But if they're really small apples, like crab apples, that's not going to work too well. You're going to waste too much. But even on the bigger apples, like I have bigger apples usually, your hands get really sore after, I don't know, about 25 to 30 apples, 50 apples. Pushing that thing down is just a lot of work. And then also, it takes a lot of time. At the bottom, when you use the apple core, the skin's always grabbing and hooked in there, and you're trying to pull the wedges out of there, and it's not a big deal. But if you want to make it quicker, I simply found that just using a cutting board and an old-fashioned knife and cutting board works quicker and better. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, you're done. Another apple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 cuts, and you're done. And you just throw the core to the side, and then put your apple pieces to the side in whatever type of container that you're using for temporarily. And that's the way to do it. Cut your bruises off too. If you got an apple with some bruises, of course, before you cut it up to 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, you just give a little trim. And so then, after you've got that all sliced up, you don't have to dry them neither before you slice them all up. You don't have to dry them whatsoever. Then you put them into freezer bags. Now, I just use sandwich bags because it's the perfect amount. They're a small little perfect amount that I blend every day. I make a smoothie type of deal, and I can just dump that freezer bag worth of apples into the blender, and off I go. But anyway, so yeah, just throw them into the bags and freeze them. Put them in your freezer and freeze them, and just very simple, very quick, very easy, and you don't have to worry about wasting them then, because they're just too hard to use so many apples all at once. So that's the end of the video. I hope it'll help people to be able to deal with all when they're overwhelmed with apples. Okay, good luck.